Welcome to Rack of the Week 173. Whoa! The pool table is huge this week. Hey, I'm using a different camera angle. Usually I've got my Brio camera up at the end. This is recorded on my phone, but I like the rack so much that I want to go ahead and use this one. Before we get into the Rack of the Week, I'm ahead of my orders. I've got Ghost Aimers and Bridgemates in stock. Check out shortstoponpool.com, please, and support the channel if you like. I know you will like those products. Getting lots of good feedback from them. This is Rack of the Week 173, and what did I call this? I called it the long road. This is kind of related to last week where I talked about patience and trusting your abilities. You have to do the same thing here. I call it the long road because the idea is linking patterns together where you can see deeper into the rack, the longer road all the way through the rack. Let's start it up and see how this goes. Looks, well, I'm cueing below center. I'm probably hitting the bottom of the seven, top of the seven, and a little bit forward. So just trying to keep the cue ball from moving very far, just kind of a stun, and I would have been happy if the cue ball drew off the bottom of the seven to the side rail and off. That's usually what happens there. But anyway, nice kind of punch draw stroke. Just keep the cue ball under control. If you notice, the ball's all opened, but they're all on this part of the table, which is what you got to expect. You're hoping to get a shot into the side pocket or into this corner pocket off of a break shot like that. As it is, I'm a little bit unlucky. All I have is a combination, so I'm not looking at the rack yet. I want to get the cue ball in the clear, and it's not there yet. I only have one shot, and it's a combination. I have two shots. I can shoot the four ball in the corner, but there's no reason to take that on. This is not that off of an angle, I know, and I'm just going to, the cue ball is going to go this way off the six, so I'm just going to let it float forward because all the open balls are over here. So if I get the cue ball in the middle of them, I'll have a shot on the 12 or the 6 this way or the 15 or the 14. So not a lot of thought here. We're just trying to get the cue ball alive, get it in the open where I can have control and options and then make decisions from there. So not a lot of control of the cue ball here. Just make sure you make that combination. Okay. So what I'm looking at now is, obviously I can shoot the 15 ball, and a lot of people might, but I'm stretched out over the table as a right-hander, and I don't see a lot of value in that. What I'm seeing is I don't have a good break ball on either side of the rack. I would have to use one of these two balls, the 6 or the 12, as a break ball for this rack if I can't manufacture one. But I'm looking to manufacture one on the side of the rack, and that means I'm going to bump one of these balls. How am I going to do that? Well, the 13 ball does go, and I should be able to bump the 2 or the 7 over here to make a break ball. And it's for that reason, especially, that you do not shoot the 15. You need the 15 as an insurance ball on this shot if you can get this angle on the 13. So let's hit play. I'm sure that's what I'm looking at. I don't remember if I shoot the 6 or the 12. I would imagine I would shoot the 6, and I'm just trying to bring the cue ball back up here where I can cut that 13 ball in. Oh, no, I went into him. Okay, well, that was a little bit brave, but same concept, you know, the insurance ball's right here. Would need to hit it softer to make a break shot out of that 7. The 7 went too high, so I think that was a little bit of an aggressive idea, but it's not bad. I don't like shooting the 15 now because I'm elevated over the 12. Where's the cue ball going to go? It's going to like slide over here. So I think I'm trying to do the same thing. Yeah, I don't shoot that. No. I think I want to shoot this 10 and bring the cue ball off the bottom rail back up here. Because again, I've got options in every direction, but I'm kind of looking for this 13. I kind of want to free these up. Maybe I can bump that 14 or that stripe that's in the rack area there and make a break shot. That's what I'm thinking about. And I don't get the right angle on the 13 to do that. So this is where the long road comes in. And I'm doing what you're supposed to do. Walk around the table and look. Okay? I need a break ball, right? That's the problem in this rack. When you've got balls in the center rack area, you're looking for a pair of balls that you can shoot one of them in a corner pocket and bump the other ball over into break shot position. Now, I don't have a lot of options here, but what I'm seeing right now from over here is that if I can get this angle on the 2 ball, it's natural to bump this 12 over here. After doing that, I'll have the 4 ball back this way, or the 13 back this way, or a shot on the 1 or the 3 if one of those are gone before I do that. So that's what I'm looking at. So this is similar to last week. Patience. You have to trust your abilities to get there. Now, I'm going to commit to this plan, and the reason why I'm committing to it is because I've got a key ball right here. So I can get the cue ball in lots of positions up here where I can either shoot a stop shot or bounce the cue ball to the rail and off and get that angle that I need, to just the right angle on that 2 ball to bump the 12 ball over for a break shot. So that's what I'm looking at. At the same time, I noticed something else. So this is why I call this the long road. I'm going to link 2 things together. So this is a shot sequence. I'm using the 7 as a key ball to get on the 2 to make a break ball, okay? Now, this type of situation comes up pretty frequently in that this is kind of a break ball, and what do we look for a key ball? We look for a key ball here, but I don't have it. But a lot of the times you can get a shot on a ball in the side pocket or the corner like this 3 ball to come over here and get on this 7. So I noticed that right away. And so how do I get the right angle on this 3 ball? You need a key ball for the 3 ball. And here it is. See that? So I'm making a plan out of the balls. I can shoot this ball into the corner pocket from a variety of angles, okay, and land perfect. I have to land perfect on this 3 because if I get the wrong angle, it doesn't work. But it's because I have this key ball that I can get just right, minimal cue ball movement, shoot the 3 in the side, roll up to just perfect on the 7, stop shot on the 7 gets me on the 2. So it's the fact that you find these connectors where the cue ball doesn't have to move to make the connection. That's how you find that long road through the rack. So, and then to say at the same time that I recognize another pattern. We talk about in straight pool, one of the principles is shooting outside in. You shoot your perimeter balls to get access to the balls that are on the inside. You work from the outside in. But I'm going to go against that a little bit here because, well, not really, because I've got rail balls. So 3 balls on the rail, and you kind of want to get rid of those. It's a little bit of a problem. The 15 ball obviously blocks the 11. And if I want to shoot the 14 in this pocket, then there's 2 balls blocking the 14. But this is a pattern that comes up a lot. I haven't talked about it recently, but there's a concept in straight pool, three ball sequence, sometimes 4 ball sequence. This is a 3 ball sequence you need to recognize, because when you can get close to straight in on the ball that's the lower ball that's on the rail, like I am now, it's really easy, minimal cue ball movement to bounce the cue ball over here. And now I have a straight in shot on this ball in this corner pocket. And the reason why that's wonderful is because 0 cue ball movement, stop shot, and I have a shot on this 11. So don't look at these as trouble balls. There's a 3 ball sequence that's super reliable to clear these 3 balls. So which balls have I just talked about? 15 ball to get on the 14, to get on the 11, to get on the 3, to get on the 7, to shoot the 2, to bump the 14 over. How many balls are left? 3 balls. The 1, the 4, and the 13, and the 12 is my break ball. This is the long road, and you figure it out by connecting 2 sequences of balls, 2 3-ball sequences together, and all of a sudden, you've got a path all the way down a long road. It takes a long time to get real familiar with straight pool. I'm talking years of shooting lots of racks over and over and over, where you try things that don't work, and you start to see combinations of balls in certain ways, these 3-ball sequences, that work. And they're reliable and require very minimal cue ball movement. So that's why I wanted to show this rack. Let's see how this works out. It should work out very well. Why is that? Because each shot requires almost no cue ball movement. That's the reason. That's what you're looking for as a straight pool player. Remember, they said Mosconi would run 100 balls, and people would say, oh, he never shot a difficult shot. This is why. He found the long road through the pack that never required him to move the cue ball much or shoot a difficult shot. It's the long road. So you notice what I did there. I took the half a second that it needed to stand here behind the 11 and make sure that I get the right angle. Because you might want to shoot a stop shot, you might want to stun forward, you might want to slide over. I needed to slide over to get the right angle. Now, you notice what I didn't just do. I didn't stand back here at the foot of the table and look at the exact angle I needed on the 7. And that's the reason why I almost messed this up. Had I gone over there and looked, takes a half a second, I would have shot the 3 and my cue ball would have stopped here instead of here. And that's all the difference in the world. Because now if it stopped here, I can shoot the stop shot and everything's perfect. But I didn't take that half a second I needed to go look, and that's why my cue ball rolled too far. Now, I'm going to recover from it because it's not that difficult. Instead of stopping the cue ball on the 2, what I'm trying to do, I have a little window to do this, is to just stun the cue ball over between the 2 and the 4 and nudge this over. In doing so, I'm going to have a shot on the 1 or the 4, possibly the 2 or the 13 this way. But as you can see, if I can get the cue ball between there and nudge the 14 over, is that the 14, whatever that stripe is, I'm going to be in great shape. I come pretty kind of close to doing it. Well, you can see. I hit the 4 ball and the 2 ball. So that didn't have to work out great, but a pretty low risk, even though I messed up position on that 7 ball. Now look at what we have. Remember what I talked about before. You follow the long road through the rack, and when you're done through that road, I've got 4 easy shots, almost no cue ball movement to get on the break ball. So obviously the 12 is the break ball. 12 is the break ball. 1 ball is the key ball. I've got a sliding on the 4. I can just slide over here and just shoot both of these balls in this pocket, and then I'm going to be right there on the 1 ball. So when you can find the long road through the rack like this, it just makes you look like a genius. But I didn't have to shoot a single difficult shot, not one. Once I got to that point where I saw that long road. Now, from here, I'll just mention this because I've dealt with this a lot. It looks tempting here to shoot the 2 ball, okay? Because you're cutting it to your left and let the cue ball roll this way. Because then you're easily going to have a shot on the 14 to bounce off the rail and come up for the 1 in the side. Now, look at how much cue ball movement that is. Plus, it looks easy, but you risk getting behind the 12 or going too far and getting behind the 1. Trust me, I've done it enough to realize you don't want to do that. I would rather shoot this 13 and roll forward either to here to shoot the 2 in this side or just a little bit here to shoot the 2 in this corner. I'd rather do either of those than shoot the 2 ball and slide over here. Because on either one of those, the cue ball's moving less, I can control it more, and then even if I don't get perfectly straight, I can still hold the cue ball for the 1 ball on the side from either of these positions. As it is, though, I prefer the drawback. This comes up in the L drill if you shoot it a lot, just straight draw, no spin. You don't want to spin it because you don't want to get too high up above that 1 ball. But just draw it back and off the rail and try and get straight in on that 2. I'm not quite straight, but I can pinch it. Watch the length of my backstroke on this shot. Just a little 3-inch backstroke, and that's how you control the speed. That's coming up in my speed control video. Now, I didn't look, and I should have, but I know that I need to do that. Just, I need to get the cue ball over here a little bit. But I'm gonna criticize that one as well, because if you can look at my angle on this break shot, I've got an outside angle. That means I've got to hit it hard to open the rack. I could have drawn the cue ball half as far, and then I would have had, I'm trying to stop it, and then I would have had an inside angle. From here, I can shoot with top spin. The cue ball is going to slide off the side of the rack and out of the corner. Boy, is that ideal. That is so preferable to what I have. And look at the difference. It's only a difference of 3 inches in the cue ball's placement. But you've got to look at that. And I didn't. This is the second time this rack. Before I shoot that one, I need to literally walk over here and look. And I've said that in previous racks of the weeks, and I'm getting better at it. I really am, but I didn't do it in this rack. Had I done that, I would have drawn the cue ball less far and had a much better break shot. As it is, I've got an outside angle, so I know I have to hit it hard. And I do look at it, and I'm hitting the top of this ball. Now, for whatever reason, I don't want to draw the cue ball up to the head rail, like Thorsten Hohmann, draw it up there and back. I'm kind of over that. I'm thinking that I can put a little bit less draw on it and just kind of stun it off that ball to the side rail. A lot of times it'll go to this side rail. It's naturally going to have left spin from the contact with the rack and then spin down. That type of break shot is what I'm looking at. I always show the break shot at the end of the rack on the rack of the week, and you always see me make it. So it's good to show what goes wrong, because believe me, I don't make them all, and they're not all successful. See all that left spin that cue ball had? And it's really hard to judge. If I had enough draw on it, my cue ball would have hit the rail, somewhere above the side pocket and then spun down, and I probably would have been just fine. The other decision would be to go ahead and do a full draw and just draw it up to the head rail and back down. But I was forced into making a less than optimal choice because I didn't take the time to get the right angle on the break shot before shooting, to look at the one ball before I shot the one ball. I think you get the idea, and I hope that the idea of the long road makes sense to you. You can sometimes connect 2 or even 3-ball sequences or 3 and 4-ball sequences, and that clears the entire table, and you're left with 2 or 3 balls stop shot, and you're on your break shot. So look for that long road. At least you know it's there, and you can start thinking about those sequences as you experiment with running racks of straight pool. Hope you enjoyed that, and thank you for watching. And go check out shortstoponpool.com. Tomorrow there is going to be new gear available, a Shortstop on Pool logo clothing by a professional pool company. So that'll be tomorrow. What is that, July 30th? I think the 30th or June 30th or July 1st, 2024. So look for that. I'll be making an announcement about that tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and see you next week on Rack of the Week. Remember, if you're going to play pool, straight pool, play it straight. Bye.